Was können wir hier sehen?
저렇게 엉켜서 있어? 순한 느낌이 하는데 순한가? 사람 같아. 그치? 손 있고 좀 저렇게 생긴 사람 있을 것 같아. 코알라까.
I don't think it's a tiny baby, but it's definitely like a youngin. Oh, that's the cutest thing.
살짝씩 움직인다. 쳐다보이는 것 같아. 신기해.
Chciałbym przyjść jeszcze. Просто на каждом повороте.
되게 잘 움직여준다, 쟤. 그치? 눈 거의 반쯤 잠겨있는 것 같아. 응? 보고 있는 것 같아. 눈 마주친 것 같아. 또 긁는다, 또 긁는다.
I think your map's a lot better than mine.
움직인다, 움직인다. 쟤 진짜 다리 하나로 다 하네. 그러다 가만히 있어 또 자. 뭐야? 오. 데빌? 어머 어떡해.
There it is.
This one's right.
What is stopping?
Nothing?
What is it doing?
There's nothing. 오는 힘이
I guess they've got
타먹지 않나 보다. 여기.
anxiety traits.
잠이 생각보다 낮아. 한 마리씩 있어?
Only for the
아 그래? 그런 거야?
you say that in danger. You take a photo with a rat.
It honestly
The mouse.
does look like a rat. It's like kind of a rat mixed with a dog.
Yeah.
귀여워. 찍어보겠어. 그 저발을 하나 이용하는 걸 좋아하는 것 같아. 아까도 그렇고, 그치?
아까 겨드랑이 긁는 게 제일
다리로? 하나를 활용을 잘하네.
저 뒤에 애는 뭐 먹고 있는데 안 보이네. 그 뒤에 애 뭐 먹고
진짜 움직이네.
나뭇잎 뛰어넘었어.
얘네가 제일 활발하다. 같은 자세로 되게 오랫동안 뭔가 애들이 있는 것 같아.
진짜 뜨거웠네.
코알라 확실히 있네요. 저 다리를 저렇게 하려면 저러네. 가만히 저기 잘 있는다. 그러니까. 귀여워. 뭘 계속 씹고 있네, 진짜, 뒤에는. 먹고 있네. 한 명은 뭐 보고 있고. 뒷걸음질 쳐서 움직인다.
그래도 오늘 애들이 밥을 먹네.
아, 아예 안 먹을 때도 있구나.
저 캥거루는 뭔데 양반다리하고 앉았어?
진짜 되게 웃긴다.
어.
오. 얘네 완전, 어머, 쟤 왜 이렇게 웃겨? 쟤, 그치? 쟤만 다른 자세야. 뭔 일 있지?
여기가 쉬는 시간인데? 여기 와서 쉬고 있네?
그치?
얘 되게 불편하게 누워있지 않아? 두 번째.
되게 불편해 보여. 자세가.
아, 늙을수록 색깔이 좋은가 보다. 봐봐, 눈이 다 처져 있어. 저런 황토빛 나는
황토빛은?
되게 나이가 들어 보이지 않아? 얘가 좀
올드해
처져
보여.
보이고. 그지?
얼굴이.
그지?
색깔이 그럴 수 있겠다. 진짜 얼굴이 나이 들어 보이나 보다. 신기하다. 저렇게 중간중간 뛰어가네. 이거
Lexi, he's gonna eat my entire bag.
네. 또 멈췄네. 어디로 갈까? 여기로 갈까? 정말 새끼 안에 있는 거 아니야? 오. 우리가 아는 캥거루는 저거잖아.
꽤 약이 있어.
그치? 신기해.
이렇게 지나가면 안 된다.
Open. 내 버드.
여보세요. 내가 되게 웃기려고. 지금
Yeah, look, some more for me, Mum.
엄마가 차가 세우다가가지고 원래는 남자애들도 만났거든요.
That way.
뭐지 4시 10분. 수영이 되면 그래도 되고. 근데 우리도 여기 근데 일단 다시 연락할게. 3시 반 된다고?
내가 아는 캥거루는 저런 캥거루란 말이야.
근데 얘가 머리가 없어졌어. 그지?
그치? 위치가 바뀐
이렇게
것 같아.
이렇게 들어가는. 그지?
아깐 보였는데
어.
뭔가 위치 자세를 바뀐 것 같아.
이건 좀 무섭다. 땅에 떨어진 건 안 먹나 봐.
그렇네. 쳐다도 안 보네. 그지? 응. 신기하다. 약간 먹이를 가까이 줄어가지고 그런 건지, 숨은 건지.
그런가 누가 와서 쓰는
그치? 다 없길래 궁금하긴 했는데 제가 딱 그래도
그러네.
얘가는 캥거루 모습을 보여줬네. 신기해.
So weird.
가서 얼굴 내밀었어. 쟤 유연하다. 그것도 내밀고 얼굴도 내밀었어. 갈라고 이제. 출발.
Oh, so cute.
Gary Jackson.
지나가고 있어.
Oh, they're jumping.
Another one.
Oh,
Another one. The two jumping.
yeah, there's three jumping.
You see?
Entire life. So right now there are about 27 different crocodilian species in Australia. Sorry, not in Australia, in the world. We have 2 in Australia, freshwater crocodile, that are these guys over there, 2 crocodiles over there, and the saltwater crocodile. The reason why we call them saltwater crocodiles is because they have the ability to live full-time in salt water. What they have is what we call a salt excretion gland. Now all 27 species of crocodile have this, however the saltwater crocodile can use it to its full potential and most efficiently. So they can live in salt water provided that they're eating their entire lives. Other crocodiles can live in salt water for short periods of time, but not their entire lives, so these guys can. That's why we call them saltwater crocodiles. So the reason why he prefers to live in freshwater is because what he wants to eat drinks freshwater. Mostly what he's eating is medium-sized land-based mammals. What's that? Pigs, cattle, wallabies, roos, humans unfortunately. Anything that really comes down to the water for a drink, that's his main diet. So that's why he prefers to live in fresh water. If he lived in salt water, he probably wouldn't have much chance of grabbing a prey item like that because they just don't drink salt water. They'll get very sick like we would. So he'll live out in the freshwater streams. He'll have his head up, watching, waiting, letting all these animals come down to the edge of the water. He's recognizing their behaviors and he's letting them get a little bit more complacent. Animals out in the wild are very, very much creatures of consistency. What works for them one day usually works for them the next day. I didn't get attacked by a crocodile this day, I'll hopefully not get attacked by a crocodile that day. As a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks goes past, these animals are getting very, very confident, getting a little bit more sluggish and silly along the edge of the water, and that's exactly what Wickham wants. He wants them to be less cautious. So what he'll do once those animals are spending too much time down the edge of the river, Wickham will learn and remember where they're coming down to the edge of the river. He'll go down into the water, and that's why he uses a few other different really cool features to help sneak up and stalk his prey. Right now on the back of him, you can see all these lumps and bumps on his scales. These are called osteoderms. What those osteoderms do is basically create a current and a countercurrent when he's moving underneath the water. So basically what that means is that he can move under the water at decent speed actually and not make a ripple, a wake, a wave, anything on top of the surface. Even if there's like an inch, 2 inches of water above his head, you would have no clue if it was murky water that there was a crocodile there. Remember that they prefer to live in murky water. We just keep this nice and clear so we can see him. However, if we could see him out in the wild, so could the pigs and the kangaroos and stuff like that. So he likes to live in murky water. which means that he's blind. He can't see what he's attacking. Instead, what he uses to help pinpoint where his prey is what we call integumentary sensory organs. You won't be able to see him up there, but if you get the chance another day, or Wickham's in the water or up in that basking area there, the little black dots about the size of a pinprick all along his body, especially around the snout of his nose, under his neck like that. Integumentary sensory organs give him the ability to sense vibrations, changes in water, even a fish swimming by his face like that. They're amazing sensing ability. And even if I'm walking around the edge of the pond like this, he'll be able to know exactly where I am. It's even so well designed that he can feel the footprints of the footsteps of people outside the enclosure. So it works out really, really well. And he uses that in his favour to be able to pinpoint where his prey is. So remember, he's got that frontal lobe, he learns and remembers, alright, Mob of Pigs comes down here at, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning for a drink every single day. I remember that. He'll sink down into the bottom of the river, he'll move over, he won't create any ripple or wake or anything like that, thanks to his osteoderms. And then, because he's essentially blind, all he's waiting for is for those footsteps to get more intense, get closer, and all he's waiting for is that prey item, that animal's head, to touch the water to get a drink. Remember that Wickham will probably be right there, a metre away from the water or so, submerged underneath the water. He'll have his arms ready, he'll have the kink in his tail, and as soon as that animal's nose touches the water, that's when he'll explode out. When he does explode out, it's a crazy, amazing thing. His strike range right now is half his body length. That's on all crocodiles. So the tip of his nose to the base of his tail is his strike range. It's about 1.5 meters on Wickham. He can move that distance faster than you can blink, faster than you can move. Definitely faster than something that's got his nose in the water can get out of the way. So that's what he's waiting for. He'll explode out of the water. His mouth will be wide open. He has special muscles that suck his eyes back into his skull so he doesn't damage his eyes. So he's going out blind. He has no clue what he's striking at. Mouth wide open. And he's aiming for the head. If he grabs the head, that's great news for Wickham. He has 3,000 pounds per square inch of force in those jaws. That's more than enough to make any sort of mammal skull go squish, flat, instantly dead. Quite humane if you ask me. And that's what he's aiming for. He'll drag it back into the water, and that's great news for Wickham. If he misses, he grabs an arm, a leg, anything like that. Not a worry for him. He would still drag it into the water. He's not going to have a big fight with it on the surface of the water, carry on. Waste his energy and stuff like that. All he's going to do is sink to the bottom of the river and drown it. He can hold his breath for well over 4 hours. It's definitely more than any sort of animal that is getting attacked by a crocodile can hold their breath. So he's more than happy to wait at the bottom of the river, wait for that animal to drown, and that's when he'll eat it. If he can't consume his food whole, so say if he grabs a pig or something like that, he can't swallow it whole. He can't chew his food either. He can't move his jaw side to side. His teeth aren't really designed to tear and rip like maybe a shark's tooth. His teeth are very much designed to grab and hold. So instead what he'll do to break up his food is he'll do what we call a head shake. He'll grab that animal in his mouth with those really sharp teeth, and basically that creates a perforated edge in that flesh. He'll hold it above the water and he'll give it a big head shake using that amazing strength. Whatever's in his mouth will stay there, whatever's outside his mouth will fall off and go down the rest of the river. So that's how he's mainly hunting his food. And because he's such an efficient hunter from the edge of the water, because he's very, very stealthy, unfortunately there are conflicts with humans that we do get here in Australia. It does happen. It's very, very unfortunate, but it's very, very easy to avoid, believe it or not. These are some of the most dangerous creatures in the world. They are absolutely amazing. They're 100% designed to hunt from the edge of the water. But believe it or not, these are one of the easiest apex predators in the world to avoid. How do you avoid crocodiles? Stay away from the water. Easier said than, well, you'd think it'd be easier said than done. Unfortunately, it does happen. Why do you have to stay away from the water? Pretty much, they're not going to run out of the water and chase you along across the earth. You can see how close I'm getting to Wickham. He knows that I'm further away from him than his strike range. Remember, his strike range is about half his body length. He can still swing his head about half his body length towards me. So as long as I don't get in that range, he probably won't have a go at me. He's smart enough to know that I'm faster than him outside the water. He can't chase me along as fast as I can run back. So he has really short legs, a big heavy tail, big heavy tummy. He's not that fast. However, when he's inside the water, that's when he's in his domain. So we stay away from the water. We recommend 4 or 5 meters. That's basically going off the largest crocodile I've ever found in Australia, which was 7.2 meters. If you stay 3 or 4 meters away from the edge of the water,